Are you a child of Gaia? Is the earth so sacred that you can actually feel it in pain? When you are part of the Guru, you are one with the spirits and nature itself. It is your duty to protect Gaia from the forces of evil. And no, I am not talking about Captain Planet for you 90s kids out there. This is Werewolf the Apocalypse Earthblood, based on the famed tabletop game, now a video game developed by Cyanide, which is part of the larger World of Darkness series. You know this beast is excited to share my thoughts in this review. Three primal forces, the Weaver, the Wild, and the Worm, all had their purpose to shape this world. But the Worm went mad. Destruction and chaos threw the balance off, and thanks to a few humans, the Worm is succeeding in destroying our world as we know it. Enter Cahal and his clan of Guru, or werewolves, are here to be the vindication for Gaia. Their biggest enemy is a company called Edrin, who has been foresting and damaging their home. Things, of course, go wrong as Cahal and his crew get caught up in the biggest loss. The biggest loss happens when a black spiral dancer kills his lovely wife, Ludmilla. This is chaos. Of course, it would put any guy in rage, where he just loses his mind after taking out this horrible force. He accidentally murders one of his own clan members and injures Radko in a fit of rage. It's a sad time. Throws anybody mad. So, now we do a time jump 5 years later. Cahal is back and trying to redeem himself for what he has brought. Pretty much dishonor to his own clan. Werewolf the Apocalypse Earthblood is a third-person action RPG. You can traverse a good amount of the map looking for spirits to chat with and characters to interact with for information. Since this game was made by Cyanide, expected to be mostly a stealth-oriented game as an option until you need to get beastly and vicious with your opponents. Cahal is fashioned with a crossbow and liquor to build up rage. He can also morph into his lupus form, which is a faster mode of travel. It comes in handy when you need to fit into tight spaces as well, and also sneak past those guards. Once you build up, of course. Most of the game you will be doing a lot of infiltration to stop Edrin's plans against your home, having to deal with snipers with silver bullets, shotgun-wielding soldiers, shield the enemies with tase batons, bigger augmented soldiers, and of course mechs. They had me sold when werewolves versus mechs became a thing. Say less. Earthblood gives you options in tackling a situation where you have to try and sneak past enemies, also taking out the doors for reinforcements, in theory. I will get back to that in a moment. Once you sneak behind any enemy, you can take them out, but once you are detected, you can either hit the R1 to transform into your werewolf, or if the enemy shoots you, you will have to smash square until you are forced into transformation. If I didn't say so already, I'm playing on the PS5. Your beast form is the best thing about this game, where you have combos and power-ups to utilize while fighting. Keep in mind that using your abilities will eat up your rage bar, which can be built back up. Now we get into the RPG portion of your skill tree. This is where you tap in to build your best warrior. Each skill goes from, the temple points of 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 will be the final tier of your points depending on how you build up your character. I was able to make my character balanced in all categories, except for the final 2 4 abilities, or the final 2 level 4 abilities. I suggest spending your first points on your health and crossbow. You will gain the ability to disable cameras with your crossbow and mark 2 enemies to do a double takedown. It's like if you ever play Splinter Cell, but it's also weird that you have to spend skill points to use your crossbow to take out cameras. It's a projectile. You should be able to shoot them down without spending skill points for that. It's weird. Honestly, for a game that looks like it should be on the early PS4 era, it plays fairly well. The transformation and movements are flawless, smooth. Going in and out of lupus to Hamid form was wonderful to do without any lag or stuttering. Even fighting in its Krenos or werewolf form, for those that don't know the lingo, felt pretty good. The music was well put without being annoying or drowning out the sound effects of the combat. The camera angles they were not too bad of a situation, but there were some hiccups when it got too close and you just glitched the hell out. Even though the game looked clunky, it was far from it. I was impressed. There are things that irk my nerves when it comes to a stealth-based game. Werewolf the Apocalypse Earthblood is a mixture of what I thought was the best of both worlds. It tells you that if you do an action, this will stop an action. In this case, where I move around the compound and disable these doors that brings in reinforcements, you would think the purpose of that would happen, but no! Apparently, me disabling the doors did nothing because more troops came flooding in. This was very confusing and frustrating because maybe I didn't get all the doors, so it had a failsafe, but that is just me overthinking it. The freaking doors open no matter what, and more troops came in no matter what I did. What the hell, game? Like, why would you do this? I did what you told me to do, and it still happened. That's not how that works. The character animations are hard to look at, and it got to me. There might not have had been a big budget where we are stuck with these. However, it's just weird. It was lifeless looking characters, especially Rutko with his creepy mannequin face. Wow, that was so weird. What is wrong with you? It's like no expressions, hardly blinking. It was Also, I hate it when a game just ends abruptly, where I had two options at the end, either save this person or get revenge. Pretty much go after the boss. I chose to save my clanmate because, morally speaking, since I messed up in the beginning, I might as well do that. And, I thought, hey, I could just go back to my previous save and just do the other option over. What I failed to forget was that this game does an auto-save option. This game does not give you the option to save whenever you want. And that is obviously weird for an RPG game not to do that. I had it in Cyberpunk, I had it in Skyrim, any RPG, action RPG, you can just pick a save. Last of Us 2, this one just automatically saves and does not give you the option to go back to a previous save, which was frustrating. So when I went back to that last checkpoint, it took me to the point where I already made my decision and I couldn't go back to doing what I wanted to do. Even though the game save says 100% complete, I doubt it because I still got 4 trophies to do and I don't feel like I got everything done and I'm not starting that mission over. Just do all that annoyance again right now. It was so annoying and I realized it too late that this game robbed me of this option. And also, mind you, keep in mind, why is there no new game plus for this? Hopefully Cyanide will add this later because this game definitely deserves a new game plus to avoid your abilities to go back in and wreck house. But oh my god, it felt slapped on and it felt kind of quick because I just started playing truthfully Friday night into Saturday and I already beat the game. So if I put in hours, I want to say about 18 hours. It's decent, but I felt like it was just all slapped on. And I'm trying not to spoil too much on it because there were scenarios where I didn't feel like, the story could have been more engaging. I don't know. Werewolf the Apocalypse Earthblood had some damn good functional controls, but I feel like the spirit was not there for the game. I felt it definitely felt slapped on with a throwaway story. This is the kind of game that needed that Skyrim budget where you can make your own character, pick your werewolf class, and go on a proper story adventure where your choices tip the balance of the story. They gave you a watered down version of choice system, but it's not like any choice that you had in the conversation made a different situation happen. It was just all full of information for you to grasp, and that's sad. It really didn't affect much, just was full of information that you never really utilized, and I don't know, I just felt underwhelmed playing at the end. And in that, I give Werewolf the Apocalypse Earthblood 3 beastly paws out of 5. Hopefully this gets the revenue it needs, and hopefully in the next game they can definitely build upon that and give us a proper RPG where, like I said, you get a choice system, you get to utilize, because there's many different classes in Werewolf the Apocalypse when you pick your werewolf, and many jobs and things that you can do, just like how Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines was. You get that choice, you can pick your path, and whatever choice you make will make the outcome of the ending. This is what I expect. I mean, even though this is their first game coming out, this is their very first Werewolf the Apocalypse video game, honestly, in this fashion. They have all the story-based ones, which is pretty cool, but yeah, I'm kind of disappointed in this, so I'm hoping for something better next time. I'm not going to dismiss it. I would definitely say it's a rental, if that was an option, but as the price tag shows, I would say fairly not that much. Other than that, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed. Please hit that like and subscribe button. We're trying to get up to 1,000 viewers. I know you're probably sick and tired of somebody saying that, but yeah, we're growing. I mean, you gotta expect that from people that wants to grow. So I hope y'all hit that notification bell, and yo, share your thoughts if you played the game. I want to discuss anything with you about this. So other than that, as always, beast out.